Hello, Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to the Spiritual Medicine Digest for this week. And this week's topic is about how to win. How to win. So I thought for the celebration, you could see the fireworks in the background. I thought I'd also show you one of my several, I think 13 different medals that I've gotten from figure skating, as well as my figure skating jacket, which I will now take off because I'm very hot. Anyway, so winning. Actually, before we go on to this topic, if you're new to my channel, definitely make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're there, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of all new videos that come. You don't miss a single one. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. All right, so this topic of winning. So we've been hearing a lot of people, talk about God's won, or like we won, we've already won, and it's this whole dynamic of good versus evil, good winning over evil, God prevailing over Satan, and things like that. Now, as far as winning goes, most of us were prior to this pandemic, most of us were concerned about if we were winning, are we winning in life? Are we winning in, when it comes to our jobs, doing well? Are we winning in terms of our families and our relationships and people are happy in our lives? Are we winning in terms of self-satisfaction and self-fulfillment, things like that? But now the kind of word on the street is we're winning, and here's the thing is, in this context, the winning is there's a winner and a loser. So, you're like, well, Dr. Karen, weren't you in figure skating competitions, and isn't there a winner and a loser? Well, it depends how you look at it, right? So I am not in competition in figure skating. Well, I haven't been for a while, but anyway, but I'm not in competition in figure skating to beat someone. I am not there to beat someone. And you're like, well, why do you even bother, right? Why do you bother? So here's the thing, is like anyone who has been at the high echelons of any sort of pursuit, including athletics, realizes that if you focus on beating someone, that really puts the onus on the other person to not do well, or it's like you have no control, of how someone else is going to perform or skate and that kind of thing, and your focus is outwards. But it can look the same being in competition. And if we were to compete at all with someone, the ideal person, if you will, to compete, I don't like to say even against, is ourselves. So what are we competing with? Well, we're competing with our mind frick and our abilities to take ourselves out of the moment. And are we winning in terms of skating, in my case, better than I did before because I'm more focused, I'm more in the now, I'm celebrating the energy and the people and the appreciation. And here's the thing, why do I compete? Is to test myself. To test myself of how in the now I can be, how in the zone I can be under pressure, and how can I express myself in a beautiful way, connected to the music, connected to the energy, and communicate that to an audience. Is that easy? No. If you've ever done it, you know it's not easy, not right off the bat anyway. It takes some training and it takes some practice. And if I don't put myself in that limelight, then I don't have that pressure and that testing, if you will, to figure out, okay, how now am I? Right? How in the zone am I? It's one thing to sit behind a Zoom background or in front of a Zoom background and behind the camera and go, oh yeah, I'm in the zone. And you know what? It's like, prove it. Prove it. So my competing in the past has been a way for me to prove it, that I can be in the zone, or at least test how far into the zone I am, how connected I am to my body, how connected I am in this moment, and not worry so much about who I am beating, right? Because I'm like, I want everyone in my case, I want everyone to skate well, to skate to their best. And yeah, I mean, yes, there are judges, and yes, they give points and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, what I care about is, did I skate my best to my ability? Was I able to stay present? And with that love and that energy emanating out there, I have found that unless someone's extremely closed off to that possibility, they're in their own mind frick too much, that my positive, if you will, love energy and light radius can positively affect my competitors so they skate better. Yeah, how cool is that? So why am I talking about winning this week? Well, like I said before, we've been hearing from the truthers. Oh, we've already won, right? And we've also been hearing from religious folk. God won. So in this context, and the energy is really like there's a loser, unfortunately. At least that's the way I'm perceiving and interpreting it. For me, I'm not really looking for a loser and a winner. I'm not looking for God versus Satan or good versus evil. What I'm looking for is, how is there a win, win, win? As my friend Marie used to say, win, win, win. Win for you, win for me, and win for the world. Think about it. Is that possible? If you go, well, that's not possible, then it's like, okay, you've already shut off, one part of potential manifestation. The universe goes, okay, well, in your reality, that is not possible. But I would like to argue in this moment, like, maybe it is possible. Maybe it is possible for all of us to win the gold medal. Wow, we don't think about that, right? Somebody has to lose, somebody has to get silver and bronze, and but what if everyone could win the gold medal, even those who would hold us back? Isn't that interesting? So, how do you experience a joyful, peaceful, harmonious world and also not have to beat anyone to do that? That is the question, isn't it? We are so used to and habitually trained and conditioned that there has to be a loser in this equation. But what if there doesn't have to be a loser? I know it's a stretch, right? You're like, wow, okay, Dr. Karen, well, those that would hold us back are, they got quite a bit of clout and power and money and blah, 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 right? What are they looking for? What are they really looking for? Why do they want the power? Why do they want that big of a control? Well, if you want control, the underlying energy is one of fear. The fear of losing one's place, the fear of losing one's lifestyle, the fear of annihilation even. There's so many of us, including those that supposedly are famous and wealthy and powerful, have a fear of annihilation, which is why we do what we do. So can we actually understand each other on that level and be compassionate, even though we don't necessarily agree on things? And, I was reading Dr. Konetsky's book called The Still Point. It's wonderful. It's like a Q&A throughout the book. And there's a wonderful paragraph that I read today, and it really resonated with me. And I don't have it here in front of me, unfortunately. But the gist of it was like, okay, so you're worried about these control structures and people, authorities, at the top, controlling the population, controlling us. But here's the thing, why are you so surprised? Because is there anything in our lives that we want to control as well? Yeah. I don't know about you, but yeah, oftentimes I find myself wanting to control the situation, especially when it comes to healing or my loved ones. I want to, in the past, control what they ate. I wanted to control, what they saw, this TV show. You shouldn't watch that, or you shouldn't do that particular, that's really, really bad for you, right? That is on a microcosm, the same kind of control. And why would I even want to control people, my loved ones? Because of fear. Fearing that they would die, fearing that they would be suffering, and somehow I would have to pick up the pieces, and fearing that I won't have time with them, quality time with them if they're sick. I mean, that's some real human ego fear right there. So hence, I wanted to control. So many of us, so-called really spiritual, sensitive, loving people, get trapped in a codependent situation, meaning like we are literally sacrificing ourselves in order to help someone. We think it's because it's for their highest and greatest good, and we're trying to do what's best for them, but we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not being self-responsible for our own health and well-being, and just trying to direct those energies to somebody else as if it's really going to work that way. Sorry, not really. What we're really trying to do is control the situation. We're trying to control their experience so we don't have to feel bad about their experience, because somehow we feel personally responsible for their experience and how they perceive it. On one level, we can be personally responsible for everything that's going on in the world, right? Because we co-create it together with our collective consciousness. And at the same time, we can turn it around and say, hey, with our individual consciousnesses then making collective consciousness, those of us that choose a different way will help reverberate that through the collective consciousness, and therefore start to manifest a different reality where there is win-win-win for all. So if everyone, including those that would, hold us back, could be in a place where they felt joy, not fear, because, control is a symptom of fear. If they felt fully loved more than they've ever before, if they felt fully taken care of and honored, would it really be that necessary? And they didn't have to fear annihilation and therefore, create genocide and all that kind of stuff, right? So would they really need the control then? Because what they really want, and that's why they're controlling and we are controlling, is because of what we all say that we want, that joy, peace, love, even within ourselves. So I think there is a win-win-win. Even if you're not convinced, I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to help you think about a different story, a different way, a different perspective, if you will. Is it possible for us to win-win-win? And, in Dr. Konietzki's book, he said, why are you so surprised about all these control structures that you're talking about? Because you're doing it, you're doing it too. Right? On a smaller scale. And I just had to chuckle a little bit. That's not his exact words, but that was the gist of it. It's like, yeah. Do I want to control circumstances? Yeah, probably every day. I'm going to be honest. Maybe not like, as much as I used to, but yeah, every day I catch myself wanting to control something and not let go and let God. And that's when I know I'm not being my conscious self. So there's no point in pointing the finger and saying, well, God won, Satan lost, because if there's a loser, then we all lose. Unfortunately, we all lose. So yeah, lots to think about. Again, that dichotomy of winning and losing, God and Satan, good and evil, it in and of itself is a trap. So if we find ourselves thinking this way, it's because we're scared. We can honor our fear. We can even love our fear. Go, oh wow, that's my human, that's my human part. I'm afraid. And then just instead of the mind taking over and freaking out on us and trying to control and things like that, give the mind something useful to do. In this case, ask your mind, how can we create a win-win-win? How can we? Yeah, I believe, at least at this moment, that it is possible, and that when we give that to our minds to figure out, the mind naturally wants to figure out the answer. Okay, well, if we don't have to have winners and losers and we can all win, how would that look like in the future? And then we can co-create from that basis of unconditional love, of full, feeling of self-worthiness, full self-responsibility. So this week's TOLPAKAN Healing Activation is around how do we feel supported in that openness to seeing, experiencing, and embodying a real solution to our worldly dilemmas without necessarily having to devolve, if you will, or having to go on that old perception of polarity consciousness, of the us versus them, good versus evil, that kind of thing, and go into unity consciousness. So if you would like to receive this activation, we're going to do some TOLPAKAN healing right now. I'm going to say what's called a TOLPAKAN healing directive. If you would like to really receive, you can just make that intention to receive. And if it's safe for you to do so, you can close your eyes and you can rub your hands together really, really fast just to get some energy and heat going. And that helps to move the chi and energy in the body. And then stop moving, close your eyes, and then feel the energy pulsing and shifting and changing and moving inside the body. And just focus your mind inside the body, feel the energy, and just follow its flow while I do the TOLPAKAN healing directive, and you can notice what happens afterwards. So you can be here, be now, be in the body. So I now command that anything preventing you from being and feeling fully supported in your perceptions of letting go and being able to co-create a win-win-win for all, be healed in the highest and best way, all directions of time with ease and grace. It's now commanded that anything preventing you from being able to see, create, and embody real solutions for global and universal peace be healed and resolved in the highest and best way, all directions of time with ease, speed, and grace. It's now commanded that anything that is perpetuating the feeling of polarity thinking or good versus bad, anything that no longer serves us, anything that veers us away from unity consciousness, be resolved and healed in the highest and best way, all directions of time, and all timelines where you exist. Thank you. So you can just let that kind of simmer and percolate in the body, in your field. I'd love to hear from you. You can open your eyes now if you'd like. Go ahead and post in the comments. What did that feel like in your body if you noticed something? Or if you have any other comments regarding the unity consciousness and the difference between winning and losing and win-win-win. I'd love to hear from you there as well. So some announcements for this week on Light Warrior Radio on July 4th, Independence Day 2022. Dr. Dennis Lobstein and myself will be doing the Ask the Lifewave Doctors radio show, where we take live callers talking about different symptoms that they have and how to use acupuncture points, Chinese medicine, and the LifeWave phototherapy patches together to optimize symptom relief and to help your body heal itself. So join us at 12 noon Eastern for that show. I will also post in below the event. So if you have a question and can't make it to the show live, you can post it right in the discussion in the Facebook event. And so we will read those off first. And if you happen to be live on the show as well and you want to be first up, you can post it there and then just let us know what the last 4 digits are of your phone number so we can find you when you call in and get the gist of what's going on with you and the people that you're helping, and so we can personalize and customize a LifeWave patching protocol for you. All right, some cool stuff, new stuff as well. The next episode of my Healthy Habits, Healthy Life series is up every single weekend, and last weekend's is Wear Packed. So it's all about some of the clothing that I really like that are made from, not exclusively, but made from fair trade organic cotton. And I bought lots of different companies' organic cotton, but for whatever reason, this particular company's products, I tend to vibrationally feel a difference. So I pretty much live in their stuff. Yeah, so I talk about that and you can check it out. I'll put the link below this video. Also to what we have is a monthly mini healing every single first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. Eastern. I do a monthly group mini healing with some folks that are, source says, hey, let's do a reading as well. So it's to demonstrate TOLPAKAN healing, how it works, and then you can experience that for yourself, even if you're brand new and you haven't experienced TOLPAKAN healing before, aside from, these videos. So there is a registration link in case you have not registered for them, and we'll send you a reminder with the Zoom links and all that for that monthly mini healing. The light medicine community on Circle is now open for you to join. So we are moving away from some of our other social media platforms in favor of this one, which we built and invested in on Circle. So the light medicine community that used to be on my website is now closing, and we will connect it to the new one to the website. And right now, you can actually go to karencan.com/LMC free, all one word, to sign up to get in there for free. And then if you are a health freedom advocate and a celebrator like I am, then you may want to join the Health Freedom Tribe. You can just click on that space when you're in the light medicine community, and it'll show you how to get 2/3 off the monthly tuition for that. And we meet every single week and chat, and we actually do some co-manifesting together, which is really, really cool. And let's see. Well, the other thing too is coming up in July. I just want to give you a heads up. Monday, July 18th, I will have the great pleasure of hosting Lori Husinger, the author of the book, The Toggle Effect. I really loved that book, and it's a quick read, so check it out. And the technique that she teaches is called Cognitive Polar Transformation, CPT for short. And I would really, really love for you to be part of it. We are going to get together and do a 90-minute class. I am hosting, and Lori graciously agreed to help my tribe, and we'll keep the cost fairly low. It is a workshop on that technique, and we'll actually even build a student portal just for that workshop. So if you're interested, just jot it in your calendar. We're not quite yet for the announcement and the links and all that kind of stuff, but they will be up shortly on our Facebook social media pages and our Light Medicine community calendar with all the links and the information there, etc. So just heads up, if you're interested in learning how to use this cognitive polar transformation, which by the way is fantastic for emotional stuff. And we're actually going to specifically ask Lori to teach us how to use it for physical pain. So if you know anyone who is experiencing physical pain and who would like another complementary technique to help deal with that, that's pretty much near instantaneous, definitely have them mark that on their calendar as well. So it's Monday, July 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern for a 90-minute workshop. So stay on the mailing list. We'll put a link below this video so you can get on the mailing list, and we will be letting you know what all the details are for that class. So thank you so much for joining me this week. I look forward to chatting with you next week. Until next time, lots of love. Bye for now. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification button, and hit the like. All right, take care. Bye for now.